Hello and welcome everyone to Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black, and this is Let's Play The Deep. Now, as some of you may by now be aware, I just finished another Let's Play of a game by this exact same title, but I suspect this will be a much more relaxing, calm, and tranquil experience. I hope so. Because I need to let my nerves and my spine uncoil. As I understand it, this is more or less an underwater exploration game. Let's have a look at the controls really quick before I dive in, as it were. Let's see, WASD to move, mouse to look around, mouse wheel to zoom in and out, shift for speed boost, 1 is camera, F take photo, 2 flashlight, mash E to take treasure, okay, J for journal, page up and down for previous and next. I assume that's switching pages. The camera icon appears only above animals you must photograph, and only when you are close to these animals. Make sure you're close to get a good photo. Treasure items, such as old pottery and the captain's log, are scattered around the region. When looking at treasure, an icon will indicate that you may mash the E key to pull it out of the sand. Check your objectives page for which treasure to look for in each area. Speed boosts will decrease your stamina, which slowly refills over time. These air vents will increase your stamina faster than normal as long as you remain on top of them. Keep an eye out for air vents. Alright, very cool, so those things. Exit to main menu. Now, if you couldn't tell by looking at the overall graphic quality, Unity games tend to just have a certain look to them. And this is, if you have not already inferred, rendered... It's a seal! It's rendered on the Unity engine. And, wow, that background ambient sound is actually really good. If you guys have never been scuba diving, you'd know that's actually really accurate. That's a leopard seal. That's an apex predator in some places. I think we've all seen that horrifying gif of one of these literally tearing a penguin's head off. I'm not sure I'd really want to be this close to a leopard seal. I mean, they're beautiful, they're cool looking. But even Disney movies, or knockoff Disney movies like The Pebble and the Penguin, rendered these things into horrifying monstrosities. But he doesn't seem too interested in my face meat. So let's take his picture, shall we? Alright, so we'll get up close to him and snap! And I got a good shot of his booty. And I don't think I can take any more, so... Alright. Goodbye, Mr. Seal. Alright. This is so much more relaxing than the Deep. We don't talk about the other one. Alright, I'm looking at that top bar up there. I don't know what those green things are. Maybe that's... samples of something? I'm not sure. It's a boot. Boot in the sand. Alright, I think I should consult the journal to figure out what I'm really supposed to be doing. Actually, never mind. I'm going to take a picture of what looks like a bunch of yellowfin tuna. Because, why not? Mr. Tuna! Pause for the... pause for the camera. Okay, never mind. You don't want to have your picture taken. Fine. Didn't want to take a picture anyway. Okay, journal. Let's see here. Objectives. Reef Lagoon. Clownfish, leopard seal, and stingray. 2 pieces of pottery and a coral polyp specimen. Okay, then. Read the data in your journal to learn about animals and coral polyp specimens and where you can expect to find them as you explore. Treasure will be harder to find, though. Your journal will automatically update when you find the captain's log. Read it to learn the history of what happened to the ship. Okay, so I guess I'm doing like an investigative dive on a crashed ship. That's kind of cool. The map in your journal gives an overhead view of this region. Cool. You can explore freely and complete objectives in any order you wish. Read the controls page. As a commissioned scientific researcher, your employer expects you to come back with all of the requested photos, treasures, and specimens. And next, there we are. Ah, we're in Australia! Alright. So... Alright, where's this shipwreck? I have no idea. Cave, ooh, there's a cave. That's kinda cool. And... now we're back. Okay, very cool. Let us set off then! Ooh, clownfish. I do believe you were one of my objectives, were you not? Yes, you are. Alright, let's get a good picture. Good picture. Jeez. Goodbye, Nemo. Hello, flashing pottery. That seems... Yank, yank. Yep, there we go. Treasure collected. Alright. This is moving along pretty... Ooh, that's a cannon. That's cool. That's cool. Ooh, wait a minute. It's a little air vent. That's supposed to give me, what, increased stamina, right? Maybe? Yeah, that's a different sound. Is it, like, somehow refilling my air tanks? I don't know. Okay, anyway. Let's continue. Can I press M to get to... No, I can't press M to get to a map. Got a page through the journal. So we're just gonna swim around. We're going to explore. Like I said, I'm in relaxation mood right now. Because... Hello, bottle. Is there a message? Is there a message? No. Alright, so I was hoping Ariel might have something to say. That's fine. I didn't want to talk to her either. You're coral. Can I... Hang on. Do I press 2? How do I get the... Oh, that's how! Okay, cool. Just press E on coral. So I've got 1 of 2. Alright, I like this. This is really... Stingray! I need your picture! You are fast. I'm gonna have to snap this in a hurry. And click! Okay, cool, that counted. Whoop! Gotta be careful around that. I do not want to go the way of Steve Irwin. Really, really don't. Okay. Is there anything under... what's that? That is a rock. What about over here? Pottery, aha! I see you. Gimme. This is really, really cool. I've never seen a Unity game with so many custom assets. So I assume this is custom assets because I don't recognize any of these from any other Unity game. And I've played a few of them now. When I started doing Let's Plays, I was very much a newcomer to Unity, but I've definitely learned to recognize its common assets. And this is a really, really creative use of the engine. It's a very relaxing game that I think a lot of people who wouldn't even otherwise even be attracted to gaming might enjoy, because, you know, say you're one of those people that for whatever reason medically, you know you'll... Hello, that's a sea urchin. You know you'll never go diving. It's just not feasible for you. Can I pick up the sea urchin? No? Maybe? Possibly? No? Okay. You could still play this game and kind of get some semblance of that experience, especially if this were in the future, or if it does already and I just don't know, to gain Oculus Rift support. This would be a really, really cool experience, especially with like headphones on, so that ambient audio isn't just background noise, it's like it's really in your ears, like you're hearing the water around you. That would be incredible. Alright, so this is clearly the ship. And, hello, I need your picture. I forget what those are called. It's not a sunfish, is it? I don't know what that is. Does my journal tell me what those were? Shipwreck. Amberjack, there we are. Moorish idol, I don't know what that is. Anything? I guess I'll just swim a little higher. Let's see if there's anything in these rows. I apologize if this is a little boring for some of you, but I really, really enjoy games like this, because this is a really interesting, creative change of pace. Hello. Little achievement noise. It tells me I'm doing something right. So I've now got all of the pictures that I need. Very good. I don't have very many treasures. I've got 2 of 5. And 1 of 2 coral polyps. So we'll just continue on. Is there anything up here? On top of what looks like a crane of some sort? Nope. Nothing there. Alright. What is lodged in the sunken and buried bridge? Don't know. I really like the, I don't know what you'd call it, the sort of wave light distortion effect. Even though it's happening in an enclosed space here. Hi, buddy. You had a bad day. I guess you're the captain and that's your log. I'm taking that. Alright, so captain's log has been added to my journal. Is there anything else in here I need to grab before I read that? Nope, just another boot. He must have been a boot collector. Alright, let's see here. Journal. Nope. Next page. Next page. Next page. There we are. Amberjack. Yellowtail kingfish. So I was wrong. Scientific name, Seriola ealandi. Location, Australia, New Zealand. Circumglobal tropical waters. Common size, 100 centimeters. Can be found at a depth of 3 to 800 meters. That's quite deep. Facts, often found in schools. The yellowtail kingfish is a subspecies of the yellowtail amberjack. It can grow to be quite large, with the world record being 84 pounds. Wow, that's a big fish. It is a daytime feeder which eats mainly fish, squid, and crustaceans. Is anybody else getting, like, Animal Planet feels from this? I mean, this is educational, but fun. Somebody, quick, get on this and distribute this to, you know, public and private schools all around the nation, around the world. Put this in the computer lab. This is biology class. This is your aquatic biology that kids will enjoy. I promise you. Make it happen. Alright, let's see. Next page. Clownfish, aka Nemo, to everyone under 25. Alright, scientific name. Amphiprion ocellaris, there we are. Location, Indo-West Pacific waters, Australia and Indonesia. Common size, 10 centimeters, can be found at a depth of 3 to 15 meters. I figured they'd be a little deeper than that. Facts, recognizable by its striking orange color and black and white stripes, the clownfish lives in shallow lagoons and calm seas, but not in the Atlantic. I didn't know that. I guess they're Pacific only. That's kind of cool. I'm actually learning! This is cool! The clownfish is actually fairly territorial. It will defend its nest, a venomous anemone, from predators in return for shelter, as the clownfish is immune to the poison of toast. Clownfish tend to live in groups with a single powerful female at the top of its hierarchy. I didn't know they were matriarchal. And they will lay hundreds of eggs during spawnings. Look for these on a flat surface near the anemone nest. I didn't know like half of this. This is awesome. Alright, coral polyps. Scientific name, Anthozoa. Location, coral reefs worldwide. Common size up to 30 centimeters. Can be found at a depth of up to 150 meters. Coral polyps are invertebrates like jellyfish or sea anemones. Although they resemble plants, coral polyps are actually carnivorous animals. They secrete a hard limestone skeleton which forms the basis of coral reefs. Polyps multiply over time into thousands of clones, which results in the formation of diverse coral reefs. They can live for hundreds of years. Polyps are often found in reef lagoons, although they can be found alone, usually at the mouths of caves, where nutrients are dense. And yay, leopard seal! I called it! Scientific name, Hydrurga leptonix. Alrighty then. Locations, primarily Antarctica, called it. Southern Australia and New Zealand. They've got one of the coolest accents. I really do. Like, I make fun of a lot of accents, mostly because I have fun with it. But, like, the New Zealand accent, I like it. It's in, like, my top 3 favorite accents in the world. It's just fun to listen to. Let's see, common size, 300 centimeters, can be found at a depth of up to 60 meters. Leopard seals are named for the black spots on their throats, making them distinguishable from other seals. They tend to dive in shallow waters in search of warm-blooded animals such as penguins, often holding their breath for up to 15 minutes at a time. They can exit the water to go after their prey, although they are much less agile. Leopard seals typically even wait for a penguin to enter the water, allowing the seal to slam it against the surface to kill it. Like I said, these things are dangerous. And Moorish idol, scientific name, Zanclus cornutus. Is the first one I got right. Location, Indo-Pacific waters, common size 15 centimeters, depth 3 to 180 meters. Wow, that's deep. Like the clownfish, Moorish idols are instantly recognizable by their black and white stripes, their long trailing dorsal fins, which can be 6 to 7 inches long. They enjoy relatively shallow waters, such as lagoons, and often being found from Hawaii to the Indian Ocean to eastern Africa. It spends most of its day picking around for food such as sponges, small crustaceans, and marine algae. The Moorish idol can be fairly aggressive at times, and usually lives by itself or in a small group. Little notes, as I do keep a fish tank, if some of you guys may have seen actually lit up in some of my vlogs when I don't really care to have a dark background. I see these a lot in pet shops for like fish and stuff, and they usually recommend that you only have like one of these in a tank, or that if you do have other fish in it, they're all bigger than this thing, because they are semi-aggressive. And stingray, let's see, scientific name, Daciatidae centrura. I'm I'm not good at that. Location, Indo-Pacific waters, circumglobal tropical waters. Common size, 125 centimeters. And we found at a depth of up to 500 meters. Stingrays are disc-shaped with a long whip-like tail. Their cartilage makes them related to sharks. It's a carnivorous creature that eats only animals such as crabs, oysters, and some species of fish. Most stingrays have a venomous barbed stinger, which acts as a self-defense mechanism. You'll often find stingrays near the sea floor, where they float, where their flat body allows them to hide from predators like sharks, seals, and humans. You just had to throw in that last little bit, didn't you? You just had to. And now we are on to the captain's log. 22nd of September, 1903. Okay, so this is an old wreck. Smooth sailing for the past 4 days. We embarked on our journey from Port Elizabeth, South Africa, 1 week ago. Alright, I pegged his accent before I even knew. Heading due east for Port Gregory on the western coast of Australia. Overall, conditions are ideal. The time of year, though, that could change at a moment's notice. Yeah, South Africa has some really bad weather. I'll have First Mate Thompson keep watch for any signs of impending storms. 25th of September, 1903. I woke up this morning to find that, as anticipated, a particularly nasty-looking storm appears to be forming on the horizon. As our cargo is an important shipment of oil, I've charted a new course for the lagoon that I suspect will be safer than the traditional route to Australia. Having undertaken this particular journey numerous times in the past, I don't foresee any drastic change in circumstance should we take a bit more of an indirect route. I only fear an unfavorably late arrival. 27th of September. The storm worsened far more than anticipated, so our route around it has taken us farther north than planned. We are nearing Southeast Asian waters, which are reputed to have pirate activity, and our precious cargo makes us that much more enticing of a target. We are beginning to turn back toward Australia. I will not take chances with the crew's lives. Good captain. 2nd of October. By the grace of God, we avoided confrontation with any pirates and successfully navigated around one of the worst storms I've witnessed in my 34 years of service. However, my mind is not quite at ease. We are approaching from much further north than planned, and these particular waters are rife with coral reefs, the sharp end of which can rip a substantial hole in the hull of Her Majesty's ship. We will continue to forge ahead, as the storm route put us well behind schedule, but coral can be unpredictable and should not be underestimated. If it were to do enough damage, we could sink faster than we could reach shore. HMS Legion. Alrighty then, and that's it! Wow, there's a little bit more of a narrative here than I anticipated. That's really cool. Okie dokie. So, I'm going to assume this is more or less the border of the map. I don't think there's anything else over here. Yeah, it just kind of planes out into nothingness back here. And there's an invisible wall, so yeah, can't go that way. What else do I need? I need 2 more treasures and 1 more coral sample. And I do believe I have not yet been into any caves. So I think that's what I need to look for. Let's have a quick look at the map and see where that is. So if I'm at the shipwreck, the cave is going to be to my right. So I need to go that way. Alright, very good. So let's get a move on. I know I keep saying it, but the sound design in this game is really, really good. This really does feel like I'm underwater. A lot of games kinda simulate being underwater, but they don't really give it that last little push to make it really convincing. This does. Even in the visuals, little things, like every now and again you can see those little green, little things that looks like the star field, rushing past. That basically simulates plankton. Whoa, it just got dark. Okay, so 2. Flashlight. There we go. This suddenly got a little bit on the creepy side. Cave diving is one of those things that I just will never do because it freaks me out. Just the idea of being in pitch blackness, underwater, with a limited air supply. Like, even this, in a game that I know is not a horror game. It's just... It's creeping me out. Alright, where am I going? I have no idea where I'm going. But this is an exploration game, so... In this case, I will not complain over much that there is a lack of objective aid. Are you a coral thingy? Can I take you? Why does my light suddenly go out when I get right on top of it? Oh, I see. It's because my light is actually, like, over here. So it interacts a little bit weird when I get really close to things. Alright, there must be something in this cave. I don't know what, though. What? There we go! Pottery! Very good. Give me the pottery. Aha! treasure. Let's refill my stamina. Alright. And... oh, wait, I just realized what those things are for. That bottom left. I think that's actually my air supply. And these actually refill it a bit. So yeah, for some reason, I'm able to, while underwater and pressurized, refill my scuba tank with air vents coming out of the ground. That's a little janky, but whatever. I can live with that. And yes, I know, I'm passing up a few things, but I'm just trying to figure out where the borders of this cave are. If I need to go back, that's fine. I don't even know where the borders of this thing end. Using up a lot of stamina. This is really extensive. I didn't expect this to be quite so large. Suddenly it's light again! Ooh, and there's the other coral. Excellent. Okay. Yoink! Ah. I like that little achievement sound. Alright, let's refill my thing. Oh wait, no, maybe that bottom left thing isn't my remaining time. Oh, it's a depth meter! That's what it is. Wow, so that's actually really, really detailed. Like, I bet you could probably use the depth meter if you hadn't found certain fish yet to go and find them based upon depth. That's really, really cool. Alright, we're gonna go back into the deep of the cave. Because I suspect that because there is more to that cave that I didn't explore yet, that the last treasure is probably somewhere down in there. I'm betting it's gonna be down here to the left. That is my wager. Shall find out if I am misinformed. Perhaps I am. I don't see anything. But even now, even being down in this little cave, you know, the nerves wear off. Nothing happened. Cthulhu didn't come out and eat me. And even this is strangely relaxing. This is definitely what I wanted this game to be. It's very simple. It may be unrewarding to some people because there's very little tension to it. But that's the idea, that's the point, that's the intent. It's meant to be a relaxing experience, I think. So, to that end, this is a major success of concept here. And I have an enormous amount of praise for the devs, or dev as it may be, of this game. Because if you hadn't pulled it together from the fact that I mentioned that this is a Unity game, this is an indie title. Which is to say, it is free. I found it on GameJolt. And as always, guys, if you want to play this for yourself, because I do recommend it, especially if you're stressed out and just want to wind down, to go and download this, give it a play, try it out. Oh, hey. Wow, found another exit. Alright. Oh, wait, this is where I came in. Okay. So I guess I'll go around to the other side, even. Because as with the vast majority of indie titles, this game is free. So just go and download it, guys. Have fun. Because this is a really, really cool experience. Alright, I've swum back around. For some reason, I think it still thinks my flashlight is on. Went around the long way to where I popped out of the cave before. I don't know where this last little bit of treasure is. Now the completionist in me is kicking in, and I want to finish this game. Because, I mean, this doesn't really need a series, because I think this really is the entirety of the game right here. But, I want to be able to say that I played it and finished it. So to that end, I shall endeavor to find the remaining piece of pottery. Let's see if my journal gives me any clues. Maybe it'll tell me where to find some of these things. Let's see. Cave, 2 pieces of pottery. I was right. There is another piece of pottery in the cave. Where? Okay. Well, I was right before to go back in there, but now I've gone through it twice and I don't know where it is. But I believe you, journal. I believe you. I just have very little faith in my own ability to find it. I shall endeavor all the same. Alright, back into the depths. When is the dark gonna kick in? That is my one little bit of criticism here, is that That dart kicks in really, really quickly. I'm assuming it is going to be on the floor somewhere. All of the treasures have been so far. Where is it? Okay, this cave is kind of creepy. This particular end. Ugh. Seems like it's an eel lair. Oh, and there's nothing back here. Not that I really know how anything would get back there. Or how the one that I found even got in there. I suppose a current could have dropped it in there, but... Then again, you do find that flooded caves... Not that this is a flooded cave per se, this is just a cave that happens to be on the seafloor, but... Places like on the Yucatan Peninsula, there are enormous amounts. Just honeycombs worth of caves. There! Found it! Ooh, okay. I've been playing so many horror games, I saw those and was like, is that blood splatter? Okay, let me get that last little bit of pottery. Yay, congratulations. Your research here is complete. Feel free to relax and explore for a while before returning somewhere. Is there a boat that I have to go back to? Is there a boat? Or is it just return to the main menu? That may have been main menu. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to get out of the cave before I conclude. Anyway, to finish my thought though, the Yucatan is just honeycombed. It is chock full of flooded caves that are accessible usually through cenotes, which those of you who played Far Cry 3 will recognize as those big, just out of nowhere, they're like giant sinkholes that just appear in the jungle floor, and tends to be very deep, and then open out into these big, massive, flooded cave systems, and the natives used to, and in some isolated regions still do, regard those caves as sort of the dominion of the gods of the underworld, and it's where they would go and, you know, bury actually treasures. So you actually did have buried treasure underwater in caves, as it was offerings to the gods and to like ancestor spirits and things. But the vast majority of those are, you know, legally protected at this point. You can't go and tomb raid, essentially. But can you tell I watch a lot of History Channel and Discovery Channel? I think I let that on just a little bit. But these are the things that fascinate me. These are the things that college does not teach you, but that one must seek out on your own to gain a little bit of cultural perspective in the world. And speaking of perspective, I have very little reason to continue this, unfortunately. As relaxing as it is, it has served its purpose, and it has allowed me to unwind after the rather stressful Let's Play that was the other Let's Play of the Deep, which I hope you enjoyed as well, for entirely different reasons. So thank you all for joining me for this episode of Let's Play the Deep here at Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black, and as always, I wish you all good gaming, and Godspeed.